Welcome back to Luke's Amateur Hour. Check it out. The project I did a couple weeks ago. It is a fire pit. Specifically, it is an old Castle Lowe's fire pit kit using basic flagstone. It comes in a pallet. I can't stop shaking. It comes in a pallet with these instructions. You can buy all the flagstone separately, but I bought the kit specifically for this metal ring right here, because this metal ring is, you can see it goes down a little ways there. Metal ring is fireproof. The stones themselves are not. So how can you build a fire pit out of stones that aren't fireproof? Well, you buy a metal ring, you buy the kit with the metal ring. So a couple things I want to talk to you about real quick. I'm gonna sit down on my crappy homemade bench. Okay, so first off, follow the instructions. It's pretty obvious, right? Focus. Focus. Come on, focus. Okay, I'm using a different camera. Okay. So it gives you materials you need. 1 hour, beginner, shenanigans, never trust those. And then it says it's like 9 or 10 steps or whatever. So a couple things you need. A tamper, yes, get that. A household level, get at least a 36-inch level, beam level if you can. 2 bags of leveling sand. What they mean by that is at least 2 bags of paver base. 2 tubes of concrete adhesive and a caulk gun. That's if you're going to glue the stones to each other, course on top of course, right? Row on top of row, if you're going to glue the rows together. You don't have to, not everybody does. I did. 3 bags of gravel rock. I didn't get that, but I got something else. I'll show you what it is. A shovel and marking paint or chalk. Definitely use the marking paint. So what you want to do is, I did everything based off of the ring. So I'd lay the ring down where I wanted to do and make sure I could fit the stone under it, and then mark it out, right? So mark out the instructions and then dig. Don't use a shovel. You're gonna kill yourself. I have clay here. My ground is clay. It's crap. Use a mattock. A pick mattock, I think they call it. I got a 5-pound pick mattock with oak handle. I did this for everything. It cut up the ground, tore everything up properly to the right depth, and then I used a shovel to scoop all the dirt out. The tamper. I get the biggest tamper you can afford. I got a 10x10. It was like $7 or $8 more than the 8x8, and you're talking square inches here. So a 10x10 is significantly larger than an 8x8. That's 100 square inches, and 8x8 is 64, right? Not just in the weight difference, which means more weight here, less work for you going up and down, but also more surface area that you're actually hitting, and you're leveling more area at once. Trust me. Takes a little longer. Take your time, level it out as nice as you can. Other points, just use the shovel, use a flat blade shovel to go, where'd my stuff go, to scoop everything out. Okay, so use a flat blade shovel. Use a smaller level to make sure the inside diameter, because the 36-inch level is going to go across the entire top. You need a smaller, like 12-inch or 16-inch level on the inside. Lay down your base, tamp that down. And then you're gonna start laying course by course, right? One on top of the other. What I did was I laid the entire thing, all 3 courses, made sure the ring fit, made sure everything was level, and then took it off. Top course completely off. Second course came off 1 piece at a time, and then I glued it back down all the way around. That way I knew I was gluing level, right? I wanted to keep it level. I made it level. Finally, once I got the second course, the middle course glued down, I put on the top course, made sure the ring fit, and then pulled the stones off one by one to make sure that I was gluing it down, back down level. And then you fill it in with the paver stone. Now the paver stone, don't forget that step, right? Because make sure that stays. The pavers, whatever, these guys, are not heat resistant to the temperature you're going to get a fire. This is. Now, the fire ring is only 8 inches deep, right? You can actually see it here. I've done a few burns in here, so Fire ring ends right here. That's just about in the middle of my second course of stone. So if I was building the fire without these stones in here, and I got this kind of stone, big stone, you know, I wear like a medium glove size, so, you know, pretty decent sized stone. Without that stone, the fire would be right up against the pavers, and bad things would happen. All in all, I think it's a decent fire pit. It looks nice, right? Hey, I did a great job. Looks great. The problem I have, and I called Lowe's about it, I wasn't really happy with how they did it. I bought everything at Lowe's. I don't have a problem with Lowe's in general, but the way they handled this, I was kind of bummed out. Check it out. This is a fire ring. And look, let's see if I can get in there. It's rusting. After one burn, some of this paint is peeling off. This fire resistant paint, heat resistant paint, peeling off, and I'm getting rust. And that bums me out. I paid extra money. I could have bought the pavers separate and saved myself like 150, 200 bucks. I paid extra money to get the fire resistant ring. Or I should, the fire resistant, the coated metal ring, right? And it started flaking on me after one use. I was bummed out, but I can pull the ring out. It's not glued in. Don't glue your ring in. It's not glued in. I can pull it out, scrape everything down, and paint it myself with some heat resistant paint if I want. All in all, like I said, I really like it. I'm going to start, it was my first foray into laying stone. I've never laid stone before. I know masons. I grew up, one of my best friends was a mason. His dad was a mason. They do a much better job than me, but I did pretty well. I mean, it's level across the top for the most part. There's one or two stones that are a little low or a little high, but nothing major at all. Walking around, you wouldn't even notice it, and the outside is consistent all the way around. So what more do you want? Amateurism at its finest. Next steps, this is a confidence builder. Yes, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Good confidence builder here. My next steps, convert my little homemade bench into a paver bench, which I'll probably do an arc or something. I don't know. That's next year. Too late in the year for that. Anyway, that's what I thought. If you guys like this kind of stuff, go ahead and like. I know I don't show off some of my home projects all the time. I could show you my chair that I built. I did that custom as well. You know, if you like this stuff, hit like. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Luke. I'm an amateur. This one took me about 5 hours on one of the hottest days this year. Just decided to show it to you now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good day. Peace.